What's up, guys? Thank you, as always, for hitting this video. 3 quick things. Number 1, if you're not already subscribed, please do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. 2, if you would like to see early ad-free releases of our episodes on Patreon, you can join Ooze Control via the link in the description below. And number 3, if you'd like to check out previous episodes of the podcast, that playlist is also listed down below. Now relax, enjoy. Welcome to the Cinema Slime Pod, where we deep dive into film, nerd out on the details, and observe how cinema seeps into our collective psyche. I'm one of your hosts, so I'm joined by my brother-in-law, Scott.
I can't do it. You've been a bad boy.
And my brother, Harrison.
Did we win?
And we have no rules, but every movie we cover is randomly picked based on our monthly theme. Right now, we are knee-deep in film category. 90s cool kids.
Okay. So I want to share with you guys a hack that I just learned, and it was a really big boost to my confidence today. You ready? So I got home at a pretty decent time after work. My kids were outside just playing, having a ton of fun, and I didn't really have to worry about them. So I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down and write a to-do list. So I wrote down my few things that I wanted to get done today. And as I was going to go do one of those things, Nicole was like, "Hey, could you go change the light bulb in my dad's bathroom?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." So I went and changed them. And as I walked past my to-do list, I thought, you know what? That's something that could have been on my to-do list. So I went over, wrote down, change light bulbs in bathroom, and then I check marked it because I already did it. And I was like, wow, look, I've already got something done on my to-do list. And then I did that for like 4 more things. And then at the very bottom, I wrote, write a to-do list, and I check marked it. And I was like, wow, I'm getting so much done today. It was pretty awesome.
When do you get to the part where you start hacking things?
Hey, it's a confidence boost. It's just like, wow, look, I'm already doing things. I haven't done anything on my to-do list that I originally put there, but all the things that weren't on there, I have done them, and I simply just wrote it down afterwards.
No, this is not.
But what does that have to do with hacking?
Scott, look, you got to get your head out of the computer, bro.
It's in the computer?
I'll explain it. When you do that, it shoots these neurons into your brain, and it gets you excited, and it's this sense of accomplishment motivates you to do the next thing on your list. So I approve. It works great. I actually did the same thing yesterday, but I wanted to let you finish your story. I did the same exact thing. I'm not even kidding. And I never use to-do lists. We're connected.
Dude, I'm telling you, if some archaeologists like dug up my house after 1 billion years, they just find to-do lists all over my house. I write lists constantly. They are the best thing for me. But yeah,
did you learn that from Cinema Paradiso?
No, that sounds pretty good though.
Yeah, just take a list and stick it on a nail on your wall.
Pretty
much,
like
9,000.
If they got to my journals, they'd be like, "Wow, this guy writes the same thing over and over again."
Okay, let's go around. I have a funny story from yesterday. I wrote it down because I wanted to share with you guys. I thought it was really funny.
So, no, go for it.
We were all downstairs in the kitchen, and I was overcome with a desire to give my wife a kiss, and I grabbed her. And I looked over, and Knox was looking, and his eyes just got humongous. And he was like, "Whoa, what the heck?" And Cash was like, "Dude, you're a pervert." And I was like, "Whoa." I was like, "Sorry, I shouldn't do that. Sorry." And then Knox goes, "Yeah, you're a moron." And I was like, "Dude, I don't know if you know what that means," but it was really funny.
That's a perfect opportunity for the birds and the bees.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah. Oh come on, young man. So grab a seat.
Yeah, come on.
Don't literally grab her seat. Just grab a seat.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. What about you, Scott? You got any funny stories with your kiddos?
I'm pretty sure if I thought about it, I would have a funny story. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So
That's all it took.
we're going for a walk yesterday. Yesterday it was just beautiful outside. So I Paige and Hawkins were somewhere like at an appointment or something like that. And so I threw Dodger and Riker into our big huge like Disneyland scale wagon stroller thing. And I was just walking down the street to go to a park. And Dodger was just like quiet the entire time, which is very not like Dodger.
Yeah.
He's like a little Tasmanian devil. And we walked past this house, and there was these two Hispanic ladies standing outside their driveway talking to each other, like grandmas just speaking in Spanish really fast and stuff. And Dodger watches them, and right when we're like right next to them, he stands up and he goes, "Hi, I'm Dodger. I play Minecraft, and Minecraft is a game where everything is blocks." And then he sat down, and I was like, "What?" And they just kind of like waved and smiled, and like we kept going, and I was like, "It's like Napoleon Dynamite level conversation." It was pretty solid.
You know what? Go him. I'm proud of that kid getting himself out there. You know.
Yeah. No shame. Hi, I'm Dodger. I play Minecraft. Minecraft is a game with blocks.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna put my Disneyland hat on for a second. It's ironic you call that a Disneyland-sized stroller because those actually aren't allowed in the park. You can't bring them.
Having never gone to Disneyland, I actually wouldn't know.
Okay, so we're gonna play a little Family Feud here, just one round of it. Okay, so Scott, give us the theme music.
Family Feud, Family Feud, Family Feud, ding.
Just end it there.
It's perfect. Okay, so I asked 100 people, not really, but kind of. I asked them this question, okay? And I tallied up all the popular answers. And this is the question I asked them. I said, well, it's not really a question, it's more of a statement, but I asked them, spoil a movie for me without telling me the title of the movie. And on that Reddit post, I got 1,174 responses. And as I was reading through them, not understanding 90% of them, it was kind of fun. But as I was scrolling through them, there was a lot of people giving the exact same answer over and over again. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to tally this up, and I'm going to see if you guys can guess what were the most popular answers to that statement.
Oh, Dumbledore dies on page 486.
That's your favorite one to spoil. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're just going to go back and forth. You get 3 wrong answers, and we'll see who gets what, okay?
Does that one count as a wrong answer?
No, because we hadn't started the game yet.
Okay. But I guess that wasn't the right answer.
That was not the right answer, unfortunately. So just think of popular movies, and you don't have to say the movie, but you just have to say what the spoiler is, and you can hide it if you want. So if anyone's listening to this and they're like, yeah. So like, well, I can't think of one that's not popular.
Okay. Can I go first?
No, we
now
got
that
this.
the game started.
All right, Scott, the game has started. What's your first
Darth
answer?
Vader is Luke's father.
Bing! That is the. Oh, by the way, there's 7 answers.
Okay.
Bing! That is the number 7 answer.
What?
You get 7 points. That's what you get. 7 points.
All right, Ren, you're up.
It was a dream.
It was a dream. Let's see. Can that fit any of these? That is your first. That is not an answer that allowed.
I was gonna say I don't feel confident about this.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, if you guys get them all, I'll be shocked. But they are all pretty. Like I know what movie they belong to, but I don't know what the spoiler actually means for some of these.
He was dead the whole time.
He was dead the whole time. Bing, bing, bing. That is the number 4 answer, Scott. You get 15 points.
Yes.
Very impressive.
Ren, I'm killing you.
Yeah. Dude, I'm drawing a blank, dude.
Think of a
I can't even think of anything.
So think of a popular movie that has a twist, and just tell me what the spoiler is. Not what the movie is, but what's the spoiler?
The other character was a figment of his imagination.
Bing, bing, bing. That is the number 6 answer. You get 8 points. And that's actually the one. That's one of the spoilers that I don't know what that means. But
that's
actually the first time.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
No, what's funny though, that was one of the earlier answers, and I replied to it, and I was like, this is going to color every movie I watch from here on out. I'm just going to assume that this is correct for every movie I watch.
Yeah, don't say what it is because there are movies we haven't covered that that falls into
Yeah.
just
I was like, is it this one or is it this one? What's in your head, Ren?
All right, Scott. What's a spoiler to a movie that's popular that you think everybody would say?
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any like good spoilers in the Avengers, and the only thing that I can think of is he wins, the bad guy wins, or something like. But
Okay.
it's not a huge spoiler.
All right, I'm gonna give you an X on that one. That is
All right,
incorrect.
all right.
You got your first X. All right, Ren.
They were brother and sister the whole time.
Brother and sister the whole time.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
So that actually was one of the answers I saw, but not enough to get on the list. So that's your second
Okay.
X. But I did see that answer
Okay.
a few times.
Okay.
All right, Scott.
They were inside of a nature preserve.
You know what? So
That's good.
that's actually a really solid answer. Unfortunately, it's not on the list. That's your second X, Scott.
Yeah,
but
it's been a while since The Village came out.
Yeah, but that was a really good one. I saw that one a couple times too.
Okay, I got one.
All right, Ren.
My guess is she was an alien.
Ooh, she was an alien.
She was an
Interesting.
alien. Yeah.
Interesting. That is not on the list. That's your third X, Ren. You are out of the game.
All
Unfortunately.
right, I win. Okay, what are the other
Whoa,
ones?
whoa! you gotta go. You gotta go until you get your third X, Scott. You got a chance to get
Okay.
more points on the board.
Okay. All right.
The hotel was built on an Indian.
Burial ground.
I was trying to think of a good.
You know what's funny? So far, you guys are missing the number 1, 2, 3, and 5 answer, most popular answer, which is funny.
Yikes. The dog isn't humongous.
That's such a good one. That's such a good ginormous. That's funny.
Let's see. AI, spoil movies for me. Happily. Okay, let's see what it says. Happily. Wait, it's not telling me any.
Oh no!
It's just saying, tell me a movie and I'll spoil it for you. That's not fun.
AI has failed you, Scott.
Either that or it's actually just really good.
That's
at
true.
Not spoiling movies.
That's a good point.
No, okay.
I got one. It's raining frogs for no reason.
There's a deep lore to it, Red. It's deep. You don't get it.
It's biblical.
Bishop was an android the whole time.
Ooh, not
Nice.
bad. But that is not on the list. That is your third X, Scott. You still win with the most points. But
Yeah.
I will reveal the last 4 that are up on the board. As a reminder, this is spoil a movie for me without telling me the title. You ready? The number 5 answer is the true identity of Kaiser Sose, which I don't know what that means, but that was a spoiler.
Okay.
Number 3, Rosebud. That was the number 3 answer.
Oh,
that's dang.
Dang it! Why didn't I feel ashamed
why
about
didn't
that one.
Yeah, that's dumb of me. I feel like a fool.
Okay, number 2. This one was interesting to me. I was shocked how many times it came up. There's a head in the box.
Yeah.
And I know what that's from because I've seen the meme too many times. All right.
I think in the beginning, I have to just say something. I thought it was more of like a trope,
Oh,
like sort of like type of thing. But yeah, these are like specific. Okay, I'm getting the wow. I suck. Anyways,
here. Okay,
we'll do this again one day.
Yeah. So the number 1 answer is up there. Do you want to give it one more shot, Ren? Now that you kind of get it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Sounds good. This one, once again, I was mind blown. This one came out so much. The number 1 answer: the ship sinks.
The ship sinks.
Wow.
I was. It was so funny. I was like,
Is that a joke?
It's like that. Not. I was like, that's not. I guess it is a spoiler, but not really, because that's what's gonna happen. But
That's
I guess technically,
the
like
spoiler is Jesus dies.
Yeah, no, that was it.
Yeah,
But,
it's like this is historical.
but it
Why
was
is
it
there
was
no
one of those
twist?
things. It was like, okay, technically, if you sat someone down to watch it and they didn't know anything about the Titanic, I guess that would be a spoiler. So
That's funny.
So there you
Reddit.
go, guys. Those are the top 7 answers to that question.
All right.
That's pretty awesome. Thanks for putting that together.
No problem.
That's
I'll
pretty cool.
come up with some more. I actually like the whole Family Feud thing. I think that's pretty fun.
Okay, cool. All right, let's jump into this, guys. We throw around the word masterpiece often, and we need to talk about this masterpiece. All right. Let me just read this. Let me just read the synopsis for everyone because I doubt a lot of people have seen this recently.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Are you going to read it like Tommy Lee Jones? Please say you will.
I don't know if I can do that. Sir. I'll give it a shot. What a top! No, I can't. Can't do it. I'm no Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, none of us are.
When a top secret military microprocessor is shoved into a line of action figures, a quiet suburban neighborhood becomes the front line for a toy war that's way above its pay grade. The hyper-aggressive Commando Elite, led by the gravel-voiced Chip Hazard, go on a search and destroy mission against the peaceful, somewhat mismatched Gorgonites. It's up to a teenage boy and his neighbor to save the day before the smart toys turn the entire block into a plastic war zone. This is Joe Dante's 1998 masterpiece film, Small Soldiers.
All right, Scott, just
right.
get us rolling here.
I guess my one question to you is,
Hey everybody, just popping in real quick. If you could hit that like and subscribe button, that would really help us out a lot. But either way, let's get back to the show.
when I put this movie on the list, I vaguely remembered there was like an older sister that might be a cool kid. Turns out there's no older sister. That's the neighbor, Kirsten Dunst. Is Kirsten Dunst cool?
Well, okay, hold on, Scott. She's into Led Zeppelin. I wrote down a list. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so different. She likes Led Zeppelin and X-Files. Like, that's
She's
what makes
not
her
like
cool.
other girls.
Yeah,
And she's
not like other
anti-war.
girls. Yep.
Yeah.
She's got the anti-war poster. And actually, okay, I thought you put this on the list because Alan, let me look up the actor's name. But he has a really cool 90s like gelled calic in the front.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah, man.
this was a real thing. This was like an era. I was 9 or 10 when this came out, when we rented it. And I remember gelling my hair like that, but I don't have a calic. So it looked really bad. So that's why I assumed this was on the list. But I guess you were talking about Kirsten Dunst.
I mean, I guess this comes back to the same thing we've said every time is there's just no movies with 90s cool kids in them. So this category doesn't exist.
It just doesn't.
I mean,
it really
just,
doesn't.
It just has Rufio. That's it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, look, like Benny the Jet Rodriguez, he's cool. Like, I think we
But
can
that
give
was
him
in
that status.
1963.
You're right. You're right. But yeah, it's just Rufio.
Yeah.
And the thing was this,
That was a long ago.
Rufio isn't even in the 90s. He's in Neverland. Like, it's not actually the 90s.
That's true.
So yeah.
That said, I mean, this movie.
Did you know this is a PG-13 movie, by the way?
No.
know.
I didn't know that till just now.
Dude, no,
No.
I went on IMDb and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And I was like looking around and I was like, I mean, and as I was watching the movie, I was like, I can see it kind of, but oh my heavens. Like, it was crazy.
This movie was really I've only seen this movie twice. Once when it was newish, we rented it or something, and then now. And I don't know if this movie is good, but I don't know if it's bad either. It's like it's a movie that I watched and I was like, this is the most 90s incredible. I love this movie and it's so bad. And it was basically perfect, but I don't know, man. I'm still at a loss of words. I haven't really formulated what I think of this movie yet.
Yeah, dude, I'm in the same boat as you because the perfect part of it is like the save the cat format, and then everything else is just kind of like weird. Like it doesn't really fit into place. Like the cast is strange.
I didn't really buy any of it, and just
no.
I'm with you. I don't know what to. When we get to the rating, we need to hash some things out and really
Oh.
talk about this
Oh,
because I don't
here.
know where I'm going to land.
Here, I'm gonna come in, guys. I'm on a boat. It's not with you guys, but I'm on a boat.
Harrison loves this movie. Go
No,
ahead.
this movie is terrible. this is
Okay,
not a
cool.
very good movie. Okay, so this is my experience. I'm watching this film, and look, I try really hard not to take movies too seriously. Lots of times I put on the movie and I'm like, I'm on the ride and I'm ready for this, and I'm gonna accept it as I go. This is one of the very, very few, maybe even the only one, where I watched it and about 75% way through the movie, I just thought, this is so unrealistic. Like, I don't know what it was, but I was just watching it and I was like, I don't buy anything in this movie. I really don't. Like, especially the whole section before Chip Hazard gets like the army of toys. Like, it's just him and like 4 other guys. I was just watching it, I was like, why? They're not terrifying. This is ridiculous. Like, I just didn't buy anything in this film, to be honest.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen Army of Darkness 2?
I
Like,
want to.
This is
Long
my
time ago.
boomstick, like my hand's a
Yes.
chainsaw, like Ash, like that's what this movie felt like to me, but not all the way. It was like, so it's like you got like campy horror films, and they're cult classics because they're just Army of Darkness,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you've got like more modern films like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, where you're like, they fully committed and they executed flawlessly. And if you don't like this kind of movie, you don't like this movie. But if you just let go and let your ADHD run, like, the movie's great. And this movie was like trying to be both Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Army of Darkness in a time period where there was no way it could succeed in the box office without trying to make it like a serious kid coming of age story or something. And the whole like coming of age thing just doesn't work. But all of the soldiers fighting each other and stuff, if you're like, they're just like little demon monsters from Army of Darkness, then it's funny. And I laughed so much in the second half of this movie, but I was like, I don't care about the Gorgonites. I don't care about Kirsten Dunst. I don't care about their parents. I don't care about him burning down schools. Like, if we're going to watch these robots go fight each other and shoot nail guns at people, that's hilarious. Let's just do that, all right?
Honestly, I really think you nailed it right there, Scott. I feel like this movie is trying, it's not fully committing to what it is. It's trying to ride this line of being like campy horror, like just crazy things, but still trying to make it like kid appropriate. And it's like he had to pick a lane and he didn't. I think this was like, okay, because this is the same director that directed Gremlins.
Yes.
And I saw that as I was watching it, and I haven't seen Gremlins in a long time, so I can't really comment on the vibe of that movie, but I feel like he was trying to make a Gremlins-like movie, and either he didn't fully commit, or he had other people putting their finger in the pie, trying to, dumb it down or something. But I felt like I was watching this, and I was like, I feel like there's just contention with the actual vibe of the film between people. You know what I mean?
So there's a few things that are in this movie that are from Gremlins. He's like paying homage to one of his own films.
I mean,
it's kind of funny, but
the disposal and stuff like that, right? Like,
yeah, that's like the main thing. Also, one of the passwords is Gizmo.
Okay.
That's the most obvious one, or second obvious one.
Okay, quick insert, by the way. If you're going to have top military technology guarded by the password Gizmo, you have something wrong with your company.
I don't know.
Just going to put it out there.
Sounds pretty rad to me.
What I think Joe Dante, what was going on with this movie is, I feel like he was doing his very best to be Michael Bay. Like, this is the most Michael Bay, non-Michael Bay directed movie we've watched. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. And this is the same year and around the same time when Armageddon came out. And I feel I feel like he got like studio pressure to like, dude, high production, we got to make it exciting. I just can like imagine this happening. And this movie, funny. I was like, this feels like a commercial. And then at the end, they like blatantly say that this is going to be a kick-ass commercial or something. And then I remember the rollout for all the toys. I remember seeing the
my
toys for all the
gosh.
Gorgonites and the G.I. Joe's ripoff, basically. But I totally remember that.
That is.
But okay,
Wow.
I made a quick list because I keep seeing little. I think Joe Dante was just taking things. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of like really obvious things and elements that he's taking from other movies. So I made a list. I saw Hunchback of Notre Dame. I saw some Full Metal Jacket, some Star Wars, RoboCop. I feel like the logo is a RoboCop logo. Gremlins, of course. Toy Story. It's probably pretty obvious. Do you guys remember seeing Home Alone 3?
I've never
You
watched.
guys ever watched the third one?
Yes.
Okay, don't.
Yes.
Don't. We'll never talk about it on this show, by the way. But this came out right before, and there's a huge like microprocessing chip thing in a toy.
Oh my
and
gosh,
I feel
you're
like
right.
they took that. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Bride of Frankenstein, obviously, with all the Barbies and everything. And then when the dad comes in, I was like, that's the dad in Transformers. Like, why is this dad the dad in all these
Right.
movies, and their son is like getting attacked by some sort of like state-of-the-art weapon? Kind of funny. I saw Dirty Dozen, Patton.
Chip Hazard as Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a really funny.
No.
Last thing, when one of the soldiers is dying, Chip Hazard, I think that's his name. Is that the main? That's like the main.
Yeah.
He's the dude.
Okay, he's holding him and he's dying, and it felt exactly like when Bubba Gump dies in Forrest Gump. So just all these little elements and stuff. I was like, Joe Dante, just make your own movie. Like, come on.
All of the Commandos lines were just like famous military quotes tweaked.
Yeah.
Just constantly. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, another pun. That's so bad. Oh,
Yeah.
another pun. Oh, another pun.
Some
And then the
bad
Gwendy
puns.
dolls.
Dude. Well, okay, so for the Commandos though, so the voice actors for the Commandos are the original Dirty Dozen, the actors who played those parts in that movie, The Dirty Dozen. And so maybe that's part of the reason why
That's
it's all
right.
these military puns. But another thing that's funny based on your comment you just said, but originally he wanted the cast from Predator to voice all of the Commandos, and Arnold Schwarzenegger
Oh,
was
that's
supposed to
cool.
be Chip Hazard. Like that was his like dream goal, was to get them to do it.
Oh man.
That would have been sick. That honestly, that would have made the movie better. That's cool.
Yeah, no, and then so I think I figured out my two biggest problems with this film. The first one is the Gorgonites are so lame. Like I don't know. Like I'm watching the movie and I'm just like waiting for them to do something. And Archer, the main guy of the Gorgonites, is so dull. Like he like has no personality. He doesn't do anything throughout the whole movie. And like you're waiting, you're like, okay, we're introduced to the Commandos. They're like the main bad guys. Okay, where's our main good guy that's gonna fight against him that we can root for? And the whole time I'm just like, I don't care. Go ahead, Commandos, catch them. I don't care if they live or die now. that was kind of one of my main problems. And then the other one was like lots of times I don't like see tropes in films that much. Like I said, I try and just accept it and watch movies and just enjoy them. But like this movie, I was like, oh, there's the troublemaking kid who's gonna redeem himself in the end. Oh, there's his soon to be girlfriend who's dating the hot guy in the motorcycle, and now she's gonna switch over to him, the emo kid next door, because he has more soul and likes Led Zeppelin and X-Files. You know, there's the dad who's disappointed in his, it just kept going and going and going. I was just like, I feel like this movie was made just for the final scene where all the toys are attacking the house and everything else was fluff, like stacked around it, basically.
100%.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about this movie.
I think the most honest line in the whole movie was Alan standing in the store he's eating an apple and he's looking around for the Gorgonites and he's like, all right, so where would I be if I was a Gorgonite? I suck, so I'm not going to do anything. And I have no self-confidence. And then it shows Archer who just like slowly hangs his head. And I was like,
It's just honesty right there.
Before we continue telling all the truth about this film, is basically like all the bull crap about it. I want to say some things I do like about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, can I just go on record
Let's try
that
to entertain that.
I also liked this movie. So
I like the idea of this movie, and I remember when you put it on your list, I was like, yeah, I'm so excited about this. And maybe it's just like my kid glasses are gone. Like I can actually see the flaws.
Okay, so let's walk through this, and feel free to butt in because it'll bring up parts of the movie that you want to talk about. But so there are some themes that I thought were interesting. You got to kind of look for them, but they are there. So one of the Alan and his dad, their relationship, where like his dad will basically lets him run their company, but then there's like this trust like pull that they have between them. Like, I need to trust you, but he does trust him. And then his dad's like, I don't want to sell violent toys. I want to sell educational toys. And that kind of sets the theme.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's questions in the movie like, what defines a hero? Because yeah, like kind of the ethos of each different group, it's like, all right, we aren't violent. We're only peaceful. But if you aren't going to fight, then you're definitely going to lose. And then they have to overcome this thing. And then they fight back and defend themselves. And I guess they win in the end. I don't know. But
they
Kind
went
of.
they sailed off to the west.
yeah.
Which
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna butt in real quick, just so you know. The director, he actually came out and was like, they did make it to wherever they were planning on going. I can't remember what it's called, Gorgon Land or whatever. They did make it there.
Well, you can. Oh man, this is one of the hardest things they tried to nail down at the end of this movie is that we are keeping things open to a sequel. Like,
yes.
like anything, like there. I guarantee there was talks about a sequel, and it just. I don't. Did it ever happen? I didn't
No,
see
I don't
any.
think so.
No.
Small. Okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
I just feel like they wanted to launch this toy line in sync with this movie. It didn't go as well as it planned, and. A question, so those aren't Barbie, or is Wendy like a side project of Barbie? Did you guys look that up at all? I don't
no,
even know.
I didn't. Wait,
I
is that what
didn't
they're
look it up.
called? They're called Wendy dolls?
Yeah, they're called Wendy's.
Gwendy.
Gwendy? Oh, okay. I need
Yeah,
to look
no,
this
I
up
don't
while
know.
we're talking. I don't know if this is maybe it was Barbie like a trademark thing. They couldn't use Barbie, or was
More
a
than
new
likely,
line?
Wendy dolls. Oh, gall. Yeah, it's just popping. Oh, God, dude, those dolls. Oh, my goodness. Just terrifying. It doesn't look like they're anything like official. Like, it wasn't like, hey, are you a Gwendy girl or a Barbie girl? You know, like nothing like that. Though I will put it out there, all the Gwendy dolls, they were voiced by Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays Buffy and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And
Yeah.
Christina
And-
Ricci.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Christina
Ooh.
Ricci, by the way. Like, I really, really like her.
The other questionable, like, I don't know, is Kat from Casper a cool kid?
She, unfortunately, no.
Nah,
She's the outcast, you know? She lives in a giant house with ghosts.
That's
I mean,
right.
I think it's cool, but
When you just said Christina Ricci, I just think of like seeing Casper in the movie theater and like falling in love with her.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Cool.
also
oh yeah.
Kristen Dunst. So this is a real memory I have, but I remember watching this movie and like not loving it. And I remember when the kiss scene happens between her and Alan, I remember like having this like protective jealousy and being like, I don't like this movie. And like I remember like totally tuning out.
This movie
Like, I was-
sucks.
Dude, I was like 10 years old when I saw this. Like I was going through
So-
there's so many hormones going on and confusion and
That
like,
is so funny,
it
Ren.
brought back that core memory and I was like, "Oh my god."
Christina
yeah,
Dunst is
for mis-
mine. She would love me.
Yeah,
I love
like
it.
Kirsten Dunst. Okay, think about, dude, she had a run. Like she was in Little Women, which Mom watched all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Jumanji. She was a voice in Anastasia. I remember that. And then in this movie, I'm sure there's other ones I'm forgetting, but like she was extremely popular. She was in so many movies at that time. I think I just thought she like kind of retired or like stopped acting, but she's been in a bunch of good movies. But I just found, since this all connects, she just got cast for the Minecraft 2 movie.
There you go.
So we'll see what happens with that. But
Excuse me, she was Mary Jane in the Spider-Man movies. That's pretty big.
And
That's true.
Also, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
That's true.
okay, I think I lost track of her after like 2010. But I lost track of like my entire life in 2010, so that makes sense.
So question, because do you guys like Kirsten Dunst?
I like her.
I do.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I think her character.
Why?
I think her character.
Pray tell, Scott.
I think her character in Spider-Man is not a very good Mary Jane, but
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know. Like if I see if a trailer pops up and Kirsten Dunst in the film, I'm like, hey, that's Kirsten Dunst. I bet she's gonna do a good job.
I mean, I don't want to besmirch her.
I would never besmirch her. Are you
All
gonna
right.
besmirch her?
Are you gonna besmirch her?
Besmirching incoming.
Is shade about to be thrown?
Real quick, she was
Bus.
also in Interview with the Vampire. That's her other like big one.
So I just
Okay.
keep wondering, because of that movie, why she keeps getting older.
I know, right? What's up with that?
I want to
By the
say
way,
this honestly.
I just imagined you going, okay, she sucks. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Here's what I guess you're gonna say. She's not the greatest actor. I think we can all kind of agree with that.
How dare you?
But she's really pretty. And
She's got a really cute smile.
yeah, she has an amazing smile.
And she's tiny.
Yeah. I think she got really popular in the 90s, and it's just let her coast until this day.
I
And
think
that's awesome for her.
If she was a human that was real, I don't think I would trust her. She does not come across as very trustworthy.
Scott, that's
Or maybe she's the greatest actor ever.
Maybe in
that's
all
why
of
you
her
think
movies.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott. What are we gonna do?
Let's
with you?
just assume she's a real human. Do you agree with that?
Yes. Okay, question. So, who gave the best performance in this movie?
Okay,
Kirsten Dunst.
That's a
Tommy
better
Lee
question.
Jones.
That's a better question. No. I'm gonna go for the
Irwin?
the guy in charge of Globotech. I really think he actually
Dennis Leary.
killed it in this film. I think he pulled off that vibe very well. My next thought is the nerdy
Yeah.
guy.
Irwin.
Yeah, I think those are my top two picks from this. And
David Cross.
yeah, David Cross,
David Cross.
whom I love.
He's funny.
I love
Yeah,
David
he is
Cross.
funny.
He's so good. Arrested Development is just an incredible TV show. And
Yeah.
my third one, I'm going to go with Tommy Lee Jones as Chip Hazard. I think he pulled it off very well.
I agree with all those.
Probably followed by Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
She's always straggling behind.
Oh, it's
No, but she's still in the top 4. Okay. The trope with the useless moms in getting drunk in the 90s, is this a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
That was tough.
No, 100%. And I always hate when they do it, to be honest. Like, it's always so ridiculous to me. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen so many of them. I'm just like, okay, great. We have another drunk mom who doesn't serve any purpose in this scene. They're just kind of wandering around and they're not funny.
Yeah, she has no use.
Though she had one funny line when she comes in, she's like wearing her pink bathrobe, and he's like, "The new TV, it's got all the amazing," and then she's like, "Oh, the picture's so good," and then he's like, "I don't know, it's a little fuzzy," and then she just goes like, "Oh."
Okay, wait. That scene. Do you guys remember this really short sliver of time where elephant tusks were actually like kind of popular? Do you guys have you guys ever seen that in real life?
I noticed that in the film. I was like, why does he have an elephant tusk in his living room?
I remember going to my friend's house. They lived in this apartment complex and they had elephant tusks. And I was like, what? Like, what is
That's
this?
so weird. Oh, okay.
Ivory towers.
Okay, did you recognize the guy, Kirsten Dunst's dad in the film? Did you recognize his voice?
Of course.
Who is it?
Yes. Phil Hartman. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. He was the voice of Troy McClure in Simpsons. And I clocked.
yeah.
It clicked in my head so quick, and I had to like suss out who it was, and then it finally hit. Fun fact about him: he was actually murdered before this movie came out.
Just fun fact.
Fun fact. Okay.
Fun fact.
Yeah, no, he got shot and killed.
So I knew him from News Radio. It was a TV show that I don't know why I watched it all the time, but so they filmed this movie, and his wife had a real bad pill problem, murdered him, and like that was crazy. I remember when that happened.
What?
I mean, I wasn't like a huge fan of him, but yeah, his wife just straight up shot him in their home.
That's
I remember looking that.
so
I remember seeing that on the news.
crazy.
Yeah, so they're like doing press for this movie, and he's not there, and yeah, it must have been really. That was
Oh my gosh,
a downer.
Do you guys want
Horrible.
another? Since we're down in the dumps, do you want another dark, not fun fact about this?
Let's put them all
this
together
one's
so
not
we can
fun?
come
Yeah,
out.
Cool.
Yeah, so here's the other one. So Burger King was they were planning to promote this movie by putting out toys and all that good stuff.
If you enjoy watching our show on Spotify or YouTube and you want to be more involved, we encourage you to please come check out our Patreon community. Not only does our Patreon community get every episode you see on YouTube early, fully uncut, uncensored, and ad-free, but we're also doing Patreon-exclusive episodes, as well as Q&As, video clips, and access to our entire film catalog. It's a lot of fun and a nice way to say thanks for the cost of a cup of coffee every month. Now, back to the show.
And before that happened, hold on, I want to make sure I get this right.
Oh my God, it's PG-13. How are we gonna sell these toys?
No, it's even darker than that. Basically, some kid in Oregon shot up a school, and his name is the same name as one of the characters in the movie. So they had to like pull that part of the toy line, and they didn't put it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's dark.
Yeah, that's pretty dark.
This movie is cursed.
It's something else. It's something else for sure. It's something else.
Scott's been frozen this whole time processing all this.
Here, so just to go up just a fact to bring us kind of up a little bit. Fun fact: this is one of the. Okay, so you remember Disney movies? They would come in that clamshell white plastic cover. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Small Soldiers is one of the only, possibly the only PG-13 movie that was released in one of those white clamshells cases when VHSs were popular. Yeah.
That's funny.
So
What a time.
So I have really fond memories of this movie.
Yeah.
And everyone I talked to, I was like, yeah, we're watching Small Soldiers. I talked to my brother, I talked to my parents, I talked to like a whole bunch of people. Nobody talks bad about this movie. It's just one of the fun movies from the 90s that had a fun premise. What? Why is this movie so chaotic, and the production and the after effects and stuff like that? Like, I don't even know what I'm asking, but this is insane.
Well, it's just one of those
There are
things.
good things in it.
I mean, there's good things in it. Well, the thing is this, like, so I had the same reaction when I saw you put that on your list. I was like, oh my gosh, Small Soldiers. I remember that. And I even asked a couple of people about it, and they were hyped about it too. And then I watched it. I'm like, why in the world did I ever like that? And it's like, well, you watch it when you're younger, you watch it when you're a kid, and when you boil it down to the very basic concepts, you're like, okay, there's some cool things in here. It's like a more badass Toy Story, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in direct comparison to Toy Story, it's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
and I think we all just remember, like, I don't know, like the part I remember before I watched the film, I was like, oh yeah, they like ride around on these like badass, like, go-karts that like shoot staples and like corn on the cob holders, which that looked really painful, by the way, when he got shot in the leg by four of them. I was like, dang, this is dark. Oh my gosh.
That was a core memory unlocked. Right
Yeah,
there.
and then like, they got like flamethrowers and they shoot nets and stuff like that, and it's like, that's so cool. Like, I want to have toys that do that. I think it's just that, like, it's kind of like it kind of has the same vibe as Armageddon, almost, in a sense where we watched Armageddon and we kind of concluded, it's like, I feel like we like this movie because the movie told me to like it, and I feel like Small Soldiers does something similar where it's like, you're gonna like this because you want the toys that are now in the movie.
I think we're underplaying one thing too is that the soundtrack to this movie is pretty like it's not awesome, but like they've got that war song, they've got the Another One Bites the Dust.
That's true.
They've got the Led Zeppelin song. They even have a Spice Girls song in there. So there's some needle drops.
Yeah, the cycle.
What you really want. Oh, do what you want. What you really want.
No, I really like that. Like they turned on the music, and they're like, "Oh, it's psychological warfare," and then they were like, "Wait, we need to explain why none of the neighbors are coming out to help." And so they show like 4 vignettes of people being like, "Oh, it's those neighbors again." Turn up the volume on the TV, like, because I remember thinking that.
Is that my JVC?
Oh my god!
There's some pretty good lines throughout this movie too.
I mean,
it was almost like Lost in Space quality of one-liners. Like it was just non-stop one-liners.
Oh yeah. The one I remember, the one that I'm going to put out right now is the dad stands up when they're attacking the house and he goes, "Man, this better stop soon or my wife's going to get tennis elbow." I was like, that was the one that made me just like guffaw and just be like, what the hell is this? Like, what is going on?
I liked when they're watching TV and he goes, "I think World War II is my favorite."
Yes, I know that one too.
That was my favorite line.
You know what? I actually had a connection with that line because I remember being in middle school and being like, "Oh, all I want to do is read about World War II because it's so cool." It's just like, it's so, God, that's so stupid.
All right. There's a part where Alan and his dad are arguing or they're kind of fighting, and the dad says, I'm at a loss. And then it cuts. And I was like, what a dad. Just like, yeah, it's okay to just not say anything. just end things right there. You're never gonna win.
And then you pawned my woodworking tools to pay back Joe?
So not a direct quote, but I think my favorite moment in this movie was the very beginning commercial where it's like, Globotech now partnering with this toy company. We're going to take advanced military technology and put them in consumer products. And the clip is them loading these giant bullets into this like anti-aircraft gun. Then it cuts to a family like frolicking on the beach, and I'm just like, what? Yeah. This is so mind-bending.
Directly stolen from RoboCop.
100%.
My favorite, just massive, like, shut up, don't pay attention hand wave for this whole movie was that if you take a microchip and you put it in a piece of plastic, therefore,
yeah,
and because it was made for military, therefore, like I'm a programmer and I'm like,
Scott, did you notice the stats on that military chip that they put in the toys? They actually display them.
I did. I even told Paige, I was like, oh, I have to go research those stats, and I forgot.
What is it? It's 400 megahertz, 80 megabytes of cache, and 4 gigs of memory. That's what's on those chips, by the way.
That's awesome.
It's like, that's so good.
But I'm glad that the scientist in the military, clean room, I don't know that actor's name. He's in Star Trek.
Love him.
He's in Stargate. He is like one of my hands down favorite actors ever, and he plays that exact same role every time. And I'm like, please just never play anything else. You're perfect. Please be you.
I distinctly remember, actually my core memory unlocked was when he sneezed inside of his suit and all the spit is right there on there. I remember
hate that.
I as soon as the scene came on, I was like, oh God, he's gonna sneeze, isn't he?
And then Gesundheit, and he says, thank you. And he doesn't even pay attention. Okay. So serious question. Let's try and understand the cultural message about war and war personnel and corporations that don't answer to the law and stuff like that. Because I feel like that is really the main theme throughout all of this.
Yeah.
But it's also a movie that's just like gloriously about toys destroying each other. So is this a juxtaposition between the two themes on purpose, or is it really a cohesive thing? Like, it's definitely like an anti-war or think war people are stupid movie for sure.
Yes.
But does that also mean that they're saying that it's actually an anti-war movie, or is it just like, I don't know, what are your thoughts?
Here are my thoughts. I feel if you can't figure it out, there was a lot of shenanigans going on behind the scenes. And I know Joe Dante kind of wanted it to be one thing and got a lot of pushback from the studios to make it more appealing to kids.
Is this
And I
is this
just think a lot of
documented,
things fell through the
or is
cracks.
this assumed?
Yeah. No, this is like
I
behind
didn't do
inside
any
baseball
research on the
stuff.
production.
No, yeah, it's fine. But it's very apparent because I felt the same way. I'm just like, what is it trying to say? Like, it's kind of annoying. Couldn't get it right, really.
No, I think we kind of nailed it at the beginning. Like, this movie, it's just a commercial to sell toys. That's literally all it really is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you don't walk away from this being like, oh my gosh, like I learned something.
Okay, this is also like right at the very end of this era of like super advanced cool toys. It's so if Hook and Sandlot were early 90s, this is like late 90s. And so the whole super soaker wave and, you know, the building the things in your backyard is kind of like peaked out. And this is, you know, I was born in 1988. So this is like the era where I was 10 years old when this movie came out. I am like the demographic for this movie. And I remember all of the really cool toys at that time period. Super soakers existed, but it was like, do you have an RC car that the wheels pop open and they've got like claws and can climb rocks? You know, it was like advanced toys with batteries and stuff were in them. So I remember like my aunt and uncle had this version of Battleship that you put batteries in and you would like program in where the ships were. So then you would like type it into your side of the computer and then it would like make a or a splash sound whether you hit it or not. So this whole like advanced toys with batteries thing was kind of at its peak. Now they don't really make toys movies like this. They make like computer movies or like video game kind of related movies. That's like the modern day equivalent of this. Apps and stuff. So, or like the Emoji Movie.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like part of me kind of goes like, this is the end of like the logical conclusion at the end of kind of like a glory day for toys. But it's also not really a very happy conclusion to toys. It's like, how far could we take it? Exploit you toys. Like Joe, the truck driver's like, remember, Alan, toys is hell, you know? And it's like, my dad sold toys when I was like a little kid. Like he was a traveling like toy salesman. And he would like sell lines of toys for the manufacturers to specific like retail stores and stuff. And like, that's not a thing. That's not a thing anymore, you know? So I don't know, like it felt really weird to me that there was this advanced technology thing and it was all like the really fancy satellite TVs, the massive JVC speaker system, stuff like that. But then there's like these inner child toys with the sailboats and dolls with like a microchip in it. And it's bringing like the Call of Duty or like Fortnite insanity into toys kind of before video games existed. So I don't know what like where I'm going with that per se, but that was what I kept like culturally at the time. Like, why was this the movie they made? And then did it fail because like that was just the end of toys?
That's a really good question. Dude, you're so right. This was like a totally different era. I totally forgot about all of that.
So
Really cool.
I just remembered I actually did learn something very important in this film. I learned that money solves all the problems.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, that ending scene of her just walking around with this like portable printer and just like printing out a check and just like, here you go, and they're like, oh, this is better. like she does the bit like 3 times and they're all just like, oh, sweet, okay, we can move on now.
Not even you has enough money for that. It seems that you do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. This is a satire movie. So you can pacify all this pain and anguish and all this bullcrap that happened with a bunch of money. And then the owner of the company, played by Dennis Leary, he just turns around and he's like, well, we can sell all these to the South American rebels. Ha ha ha. And he gets back into his helicopter and flies off.
So insane.
Yeah, I guess it's just a commentary on just the insanity of it all.
I guess.
Let's
Making
see.
money.
Let me do a quick Google to see what the geopolitical situation of the world was in 1998.
Better than now?
Right. I will, here, while you look that up, I will say this. Okay, here's one positive I can give it. There's a scene where one of the Commando Elites gets slingshot onto the main kid's bike. And it's him trying to it's like him trying to climb up there and to get to Archer and get rid of him. I was watching that and I was like, this scene is actually going for a while. And I was just looking at it and I was like, you know what? This is kind of a flex. This scene right here is them flexing and showing off what they can do, because I watched just a quick little behind the scenes scene for this whole thing, and it was Industrial Light and Magic. They took care of all of the after effects and animating them and everything. And yeah, I was pretty impressed with that scene.
That scene is really good. I thought the editing of that was insane. Like, they must have storyboarded every single shot, because I mean, they're adding all that stuff in post. I don't know. It's pretty amazing how it all worked. Also, I wanted to point out when all the Barbie dolls are jumping on Kirsten Dunst and she's like flicking them off of her body. It's pretty impressive for like 1998.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. And then my number one, though, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there's that scene where the camera's kind of panning around that fishbowl. I think there's a cat looking inside.
Dude, and the little 3D,
that part's nuts.
The 3D dude inside the fishbowl, like rippled with the glass perfectly.
Yeah,
going around the edges. It looked absolutely flawless. That was the best part of the movie.
They nailed that 3D stuff, or they made like a little CG, or they made like a practical effects thing to just have it like flop around. But either one, I had the exact same thought. I was like, that is such a flex scene right there. I didn't realize Kirsten Dunst was in Jumanji, because it's been a while since I'd seen Jumanji, until she was sitting there hitting all the Barbie dolls with a stick, and I was like, I've seen her do that before.
Yeah, to the giant mosquitoes in the attic.
Yeah.
Yes. That's funny. I was trying to think of what that reminded me of. Oh, I noticed this movie had not one but two Wilhelm screens.
Oh, thank you.
You guys hear any more?
I was gonna bring up the 2-count Wilhelm. That was pretty cool.
Okay, good. Also a very Michael Bay thing. Just another thing that reminded me of Michael Bay.
I like to be reminded of Michael Bay regularly.
All the time.
Yeah.
I love when David Cross pulls out that clip-on tie as they're about to go into the meeting. I thought that was pretty funny. And when they walk into that meeting, I was like, holy hell, this toy company has a really intense conference room. like the whole building that they're in, I'm like, this looks really serious for a toy company, but maybe I just don't hang around toy companies very often.
I think probably one of the best things that Irwin did there in that scene is he starts like bringing out the different like cutouts of the Gorgonites and stuff, and he just like sets it on the table and it fell over. I was like, did he plan that, or was he just like that was really well done?
I thought those cutouts were actually really cool looking. Like, that's one of those props that I'm like, that'd be kind of cool to have and hang up on your wall, you know? It's the original Gorgonite posters.
Like, what is that? Yeah.
You don't know the Gorgonites?
It's a Gorgonite.
I liked when the mom was like, do you do crank? And I was like, what the hell is crank? I don't even know what that means.
I was in that zone and I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's definitely not real.
Oh, here we're gonna spend way too long talking about the geopolitical situation because we watch Small Soldiers. I love it.
All
okay,
right.
go. I'm ready.
So the in the fourth turning model.
You know what? We haven't had a fourth turning discussion in a while. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yep, not since Power Rangers. Okay, so we're right in the middle of the third turning. And the third turning is the unraveling. Basically, the first turning is like we've come right out of the war, gather together, let's build the future we want for our kids. So right out of World War II is the first turning. Second turning is those kids. And these are the boomer led, they've had a good life. They kind of got to start rebelling a little bit. So then they go through the 60s and they rebel against their good parents, not knowing that their parents are really just trying to give them the life that they wish they had. The third turning is all of the kids of the boomers going, my parents are absolute idiots. And every institution that they've relied on, whether it's the government or big corporations and all these things that were put into place, the Reagan era economics are failing. All of us are like steeped in consumerism. And the third turning is the unraveling, culture wars and stuff like that. So we're in the middle of the fourth turning right now, which is like the climax to the explosion after all of that. But the third turning right here at the end of the 90s is smack dab in the middle of the third turning, the unraveling. So yes, it's a declining trust in elites culturally. There we go.
This was all kicked off by They Live in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Actually, it's true. RoboCop.
There you go. Let's see. I really like the resin 3D printer that they have in this movie.
Dude, Hawkins was like, is that a resin printer?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I was like, I was looking at it and I was like, holy hell, that's just a resin printer. Like, that's a cool concept. They either were trying to make work or they just thought it would be cool. And it's like, no, we actually like have those now.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Can I bring up something?
Oh, please.
The romance between Alan and Kirsten Dunst. Not only did it make me mad, but it made me like kind of die inside. But there's a part where they're climbing out of the window and he's like, whoa, watch it. And she goes, you watch it. And I was like,
Dude,
my God, dude, this is painful.
Dude, I couldn't believe how hard I rolled my eyes. That moment,
that
I
was
was
a
just
hard
like,
eye
dude,
roll.
come on.
And then I sent a picture on Discord, but the just lazy, blatant use of the extras on the motorcycle. I'm assuming because they're not old enough to ride motorcycles. But anyone, I can't imagine like being at the like the premiere of this in a movie theater, and you're like watching it for the first time, and you see like Kirsten Dunst is watching her character played by a completely different person, and then the kid who plays Alan, it doesn't look like them at all. And then it's like Michael Jordan when he like flies through the air, but the scooter flying through the air and then crashing. That was so hard to watch.
I gotta say,
in
like,
my opinion,
from the midpoint all the way to the end of the movie, I actually finally just started laughing. Like the movie was so funny and bad. And I was like, I mean, it's just like genuine Gremlins quality, stupid animatronics and stuff. And it was so over the top. And I was like, all right. I mean, that's why this movie was made. All the Gwendy. Yeah. Well, I brought up the Gwendy dolls like 5 times. I forgot that existed. And I was like, this terrifying. Is the funniest, like, eye-rollingly bad like setup with, you know, Kirsten Dunst like comes into the room and she finds like the horror setup of all the like TVs from like Poltergeist and stuff like that. Just
the like muffin tin they use to like shock their heads to wake them up.
I was like, if I was the person in charge of this set and this whole sequence, I'd be proud of that.
Yeah.
Like this is some pretty cool stuff.
Not bad.
Also, the animatronics in general, like the 3D stuff was good. Like Toy Story upped like significantly. The real life lighting on the sides of them and stuff like that, like they all seemed to fit. There was only maybe 2 or 3 times where I was like, it's uncanny valleying me. Otherwise, like it really fit. I just want to say the actual animatronics parts also really good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Let's see. This movie is a secret Oktoberfest movie. Just putting it out there. We can put that on the list of
I saw that. Yeah.
other Oktoberfest secret movies.
Yeah, our huge list that we have so far.
2 very little things that annoyed the hell out of me. When he writes the poster saying that the store is closed, he writes it on the top of the page and not in the center. I don't know why that annoyed me so much. I'm like, why did
Just
you write it
bugs
at the
you.
very top? Like, put it in the middle. And then this is so little, but there's a scene where he's like packing up these boxes and he folds in the box to close the top of it and it instantly opens right after he tried to close it. And I was like, smooth kid, look at you go. Like, I don't know. I don't know why
I
that bothered me.
especially liked, the hot older boyfriend dude, whatever, on the motorcycle.
Oh my
He
gosh.
gets his pants caught on fire. He runs down the stairs, pulls his pants up, and leaves the burning pants in the house. And he runs
Yes.
away.
And he
I was like,
doesn't get on his bike.
Yeah, he just runs.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
they don't use the
Stupid.
bike for the rest of the movie. It just sits there.
By the way, I think I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go with this. Okay, I'm just gonna start talking. So you're watching the movie, and one of the first things you see is the main kid. I can't remember what the main kid's name is. What's his name?
Alan.
Alan. Okay.
Alan, no, shut up.
So one of the first things you see Alan doing is he's in the toy shop and he's looking at a magazine with motocross bikes in it. And then shortly after that, Kristen Dunst's character's boyfriend, Tony, I think is his name, he comes up in a like street bike. And it's like, oh, he's so much cooler because he likes street bikes more than he likes, motorbikes. It's so much
Ah.
cooler. And then
Yeah.
at the very end, she gets on a Vespa. I don't know and it's like, oh, there's like 3 different dynamics and 3 different people. I don't know where that's going, but
Wow.
it's just something I clocked.
Astute.
Just something I
Astute
clocked.
observation.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
something I clocked.
Makes sense.
I will say though, I did like his question reality little sticker underneath his computer. I just thought that was
Oh, I
kind of
love that.
I just
The
thought
fact
that
that he
was
had
really funny.
Encarta and he was using Netscape
Oh,
Navigator.
we forgot to talk about Encarta. Oh my gosh. Encarta was awesome.
I
when it
was on
first came
Encarta
out.
like a freaking Encarta junkie.
Well, it's funny when he like looks up, or the eyeball like learns everything. Wait, is it the eyeball or the main one?
No, Archer.
Either way.
He looks through everything.
Archer. Okay, so he's
Emissary
scrolling
of
through.
the Gorgonites.
Yeah, I was like, dude, his internet is cranking. And then they mentioned Encarta. I was like, I forgot.
Okay,
like
I need you
that
guys
was
to
the internet before the internet.
I need you guys to educate me. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it.
It's like Wikipedia, but you
Yeah,
download it.
it's like it's the precursor to Wikipedia. No, it's
Yeah.
it's halfway between like encyclopedias on your desk and Wikipedia. They were like, hey, let's put an entire stack, like the entire stack of encyclopedias on a CD and sell that to
Gotta be
people.
amazing.
Think about
Get
how
rid of those
kids can
books.
study from their own computers at home.
You guys need to do yourself a favor and YouTube Encarta commercials, like when they were coming out in the 96,
Yes.
97,
Oh,
98.
man.
They're
I will do that
I mean,
tonight. Easy.
It's nostalgic as hell. It's amazing.
We need a short. Harry, you know what's up.
Yeah, put it together. Put it together. Make it happen.
Also, there's that other like movie trope of some naive, innocent, optimistic being learning about human history very rapidly by clicking through computers.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah,
happens
no.
a lot. That was a Fifth
No.
Element thing.
Yep,
That was
That's literally what I was about to say. It's that Fifth Element moment where, or like, they even do it in Age of Ultron and Marvel is when he like downloads the internet in his head and he's like, oh, humans suck. We need to kill all them. That's basically what it always ends up. I didn't know that in this movie we needed a scene where a bunch of toys are getting horny while looking at other toys.
Yeah.
dude.
that
You
that
took
was the
your-
moment.
You
That
took
was
my
the
slimy
moment.
scene.
That was the moment that I was just like, what is this?
What are
And-
we watching?
And then, man, it felt like the biggest product placement in the world. But when Alan calls Kirsten Dunst, she has this like purple like headset in her ear, and it's like hooked up to her phone. And I guess it's supposed to be like, oh, she's so cool because she has a headset. Kids, don't you want a headset for your cell phone?
No, not your cell phone.
Oh,
For your phone.
landline.
Yes.
She sat on her bed and
That's
talked
true.
to him without holding the phone to her ear.
That's pretty impressive. Just saying, putting it
And
out
it
there,
was
guys.
purple. All right, slimy scenes.
Yes,
Ren.
let's do it.
Slimy scene, Ren.
Well, hold on. This was your film. I want to give you the honor of taking the like 1 or 2 slimy scenes, Scott. So please.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll share the actual slimy scene that is not the
Okay.
one that you were going to pick. So the one scene I actually remember from this movie is Spice Girls playing, and then one of the adults saying, "I love this song." So that by default qualifies as the slimiest scene. It's the one I remember.
Nice. That's good.
Rating?
Yeah. This is what I want to know.
I'm feeling confident in my answer.
I liked this movie, but only ironically.
Yeah.
And I had vibes of Casper and Hocus Pocus. And I had vibes of Army of Darkness. And I like Casper, but it's not a good movie. And I like Hocus Pocus, but also really not a good movie. And Army of Darkness, genuinely not a good movie, but I don't care. It's amazing. So that's gonna take this from a 2 up to like a 3. And that's where I'm landed.
Dang, that's pretty strong. Pretty strong.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that my slimy scene is just that commercial at the very beginning where they're like, "We're gonna take military technology and put it into consumer products for the whole family." I don't think I'll ever forget that. And just seeing the bullets getting loaded into the gun and then switching over to a family frolicking on the beach. I just thought that was so funny.
The unraveling is so strong.
My rating on this is a 2. It's a solid, not a solid 2, let's face it. But so it's not average good to me. It is below average of a movie. But there's something in there that my childhoodness just is like, no, you gotta hold on to it. You can't let small soldiers go. When someone brings it up, you're gonna remember it. And so I can't give it anything below that. So I'm gonna put it down as low as I can because I think that's where it should land.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. I wanted to mention one of the like legitimately best lines in the movie, but Chip Hazard has his binoculars, and I forget what he sees, but anyways, his line is, "It's a small world after all." I thought that was funny. It's just so cheesy, so tropey.
I forgot to say a thing about the binoculars. I have it written down and everything. Why, when they're in Alan's house originally, and all of the soldiers start surrounding the house, why does he run to the window and there just happens to be a pair of binoculars?
Yes,
and
I
then
thought the same thing.
And then
across the street.
And then she's like, "No, Dad, come see for yourself." And he comes over and he's got a pair of binoculars.
I didn't notice this. I love this. Oh, sorry. We'll get to your rating, right? I promise. But I'm just gonna interject. The one I feel like they tried to have like this deep conversation when Alan and Archer are at the window, and Alan's like, "Wow, it's windy out," and Archer's like, "Wind? What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, pressure changes, and I don't know. Oh, I guess you're made of plastic. Sorry." I don't know.
It's like they were trying to do the Indian in the cupboard thing, except it didn't matter because, Archer's not actually an indigenous.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, Scott. Okay, sorry, Red. I want to hear your rating more than anything right now.
Well, my slimiest scene is just the last scene where he says, "This is going to be one hell of a commercial." And that's exactly how this movie feels to me the whole time. I couldn't place it until he said that, and I was like, "Yeah, this literally is a commercial."
Well, I think it worked because even now I kind of want them as props, like just up on my shelf.
Yeah.
If we had our actual camera set up and we were, high budget and stuff, I would have Gorgonites and Commando Elites behind me on the shelf.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty badass.
Yeah. So my rating, I mean, this is a bad movie. So, and like, it's okay. It's okay. It could be a bad movie. It's not a big deal. That doesn't mean I don't like it. Doesn't mean I hated watching it. Didn't love it. So I think my final rating is gonna fall on a 2.5, right between you guys.
There you go.
Just both. Yeah, I get it, but this is the last time it'll be retired. I'll never watch this again. And I still get 10-year-old jealousy when I see Kirsten Dunst hitting on Alan. It's just not cool. But yeah,
This
2.5
is
for me.
this is a bad movie that I don't regret watching. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well put.
Well
And
put.
with that, since we're running short on time, we need to make a small pivot and announce some of the movies that we're going to be watching and covering in the month of May.
Ooh.
Ba-dum. All right, so I just want to say the responsibility for choosing 4 movies for the entire month was harrowing.
Dude,
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
One of the hardest things I've ever done.
dude, I just
Yeah.
love that. I love that we set that theme, and then Ren like 4 times in the Discord was like, "Hey Scott, are you okay? Like, like we could do something
We can
different.
change the rules.
I swear,
You
it's
can
okay."
still do it.
All right, so and I went back and forth how I wanted to play this. I was like, okay, I could do it like
We're not watching The Returning again.
every single movie that we've talked about that's like obviously Scott would pick that, like Metropolis or stuff like that. I could do that route. Or
Yeah.
I could do the like, I'm just gonna pick every dumb movie ever because I have the power.
Yeah,
I have that power.
And then I eventually I made a list of like 40 movies.
yeah.
And then I kept narrowing it down, and like it was like killing my darlings over and over and over. There's so many good movies. I eventually settled on not the best movies or even the ones that we've talked about a lot that are very obviously Scott's movies. I finally settled on very Scott-like movies. Like movies that really genuinely impacted me or have made me see the world a different way or stuff like that.
All
So
right, we're gonna get deep.
so
Perfect.
the vulnerability is real in that, I mean, you guys could not think the same that I think about these movies, but I genuinely love them. So here we go.
Okay, so we're watching Red Dawn again. Okay.
4 times. 4 times.
Yes.
Wait, so
Red
do you
Dawn,
have these?
Red
You have the power. Do you want to watch these chronologically from
Yeah.
of release date?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do it chronologically. All right. Number 1, we have 1984's Amadeus.
Thank you.
I have no
Thank
idea.
you.
I have no idea what this movie is. I'm excited.
It was Harry. This movie won ton of Academy Awards.
Oh yeah.
Milos Forman.
There is actually only one thing that I don't like about this movie, and we'll get to it. But everything else, this movie is like the reason that I think about music theory and stuff like that. Like I have so much respect for
Yes.
classical music, specifically because of this movie.
Absolutely.
Okay, number 2, 1997, Gattaca.
Oh.
Gattaca.
Yes.
Okay. I'm down.
Is this with Uma Thurman?
Yeah, Uma Thurman and Ethan
okay.
Hawke and Jude Law.
Okay, I've heard such good things about this.
All right,
Perfect.
this is also particularly relevant today because this movie is about like genetic editing and the implications about that. And that's just become like a real like medical procedure that is having great results and stuff. So this is going to be an uncomfortable movie, but I think about it a lot and has influenced probably every video game or story I've ever written has a part of Gattaca in it.
Beautiful.
You'll recognize it. You'll see. All right, from 2018, this movie was the first time that I'd watched a like good horror film that also had like an impactful story and made me cry in years. So it's like that perfect balance.
Beautiful.
I really like John Krasinski. He's one of my favorite humans in general, and his directorial debut is just killer. The last one from 2020, Tenet.
Yes.
I think
It's time.
I think
Thank
I
you, Scott.
secretly would have been disappointed if you didn't put
Yeah.
Tenet.
Me too. It actually went on and off my list like 3 times. Then I was finally like, screw it.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna do it. I know it's gonna be hard, but also when we get here,
Talked
it's also
about
the last
Tenet.
on the list. Interstellar 5555 was also on and off this list, and it was finally edged out. Also, The Mask. The Mask was almost on this list, but it just didn't make it.
Oh my god.
I love that movie so
Yeah.
much. Okay.
Dude, that's so funny that you were contemplating the Interstellar 555 because I've been thinking about that. Like literally earlier today, I was listening to this podcast. They're dissecting all these Daft Punk. They do homework, and now they're on Discovery. And I was like, okay, at first when you mentioned that movie, like as a potential a while back, I couldn't see it, and now we would have a lot to talk about. Anyways,
I'm mostly
that's cool.
I'm mostly excited because like when we get there, when that movie comes on,
It'll happen.
like you and me, Ren, like we love Daft Punk,
Dude.
right? Like
more than ever right
Daft
now.
Punk is my Nirvana.
Yeah.
You know, like
100%.
oh, and you know more about Daft Punk than I do, but I also really love Daft Punk. Harrison has never seen it.
I've never seen
Yeah.
it. Nope.
And I'm just really excited to like have the breadth of experience watching this thing and then talking about a music video that's an hour long. Like that just sounds interesting to me.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Dude, I'm so hyped for these movies.
Amadeus,
hold on.
Gattaca, A Quiet Place, and Tenet.
Perfect.
What a spread.
But wait. But guys, there's 5 weeks in the month of April, but we just covered the 4 films in May. So our 50th episode, are we going to announce it? Or are we just going to let people see it show up in their queue? What
It's
are we
going to
doing?
show up in their Quayway.
It's just gonna show up. It's just gonna show
Okay.
up. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, for the audience, we're going to watch a movie next week and talk about it, and you have no idea what it's going to be. But it's our 50th episode. It's going to be special to mostly just us 3. But all right, that's the end of the pod.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, guys.
Peace.
That's a wrap on another episode of Cinema Slime. Be sure to watch the next film before next Wednesday. We had a blast and hope you enjoyed it. This episode was a production by your hosts, Harrison Jensen, Ren Jensen, and Scott Shepard. This is a group effort, and seriously, thank you. Thank you for listening and watching us however you found us. We really appreciate it. Help us grow by leaving a comment, a 5-star review, subscribe, and share an episode with another cinema lover. Also, let's connect. Find us on Discord and Letterboxd for film discussions, reviews, and recommendations. Also, check us out on social media. We're always posting clips, film rabbit holes we're going down, and interesting stuff. And you can also show your support by using Buy Me a Coffee, and we'll give you a shout out if you'd like. All links can be found in the episode notes. Goodbye.